chick, then I'm the pimp that owner. You wear dog fuck and I wear chinchilla. You not nailed and ain't never been a killer. Cousin, this ain't the dozens. You ain't rapping, you bustin'. Your vocabulary like ABC. Against a rapper this hard, you gon' need CPR. I got bars like Hershey, which leads to money in my hand and land in Jersey. You the type to mix business with pleasure. I'm a pimp, so my business is pleasure. King James in the hood like a buried treasure. This nigga don't measure like comparing a grand to a son, a grown man to a son. My expansion is done. Stay in the telly till the work on my mansion is done. I rap so my grandson can be handling funds. Instead of being broke like y'all, claim y'all handling guns. Come to find out these niggas still sucking their thumb. Y'all niggas got other niggas drugs and y'all be selling it. Get knocked by the cops and then y'all start telling shit. Right hot rap, the fucking niggas would be celibate. And so am I intelligent with raps I can keep milk. Put the cone to your dome and show you how heat feels. Wake up with deep chills from the thought of my hammer. Doctors and nurses cringe from the start of the damage. Eat niggas up like gum, off in a sandwich. This is for the bosses and bandits who get weight straight off.
Yo. Welcome back to Filoosh Talk, man. We took a week off. We back in the building. What's going on? It's your boy Ant.
It's Dane. We back, baby. Been a long couple weeks, bro.
Big facts. Definitely been a long couple of weeks, but we are back. We're ready. We're pumped for the show. What's going on, y'all? We gonna tap in for us, man. Tap in. You know,
man, we gotta get into some crazy sports news, man. Like Embiid had 70. What he had last night, man?
70 fucking points.
70
man.
points. Major shout out
5
to
assists,
Joel, man.
18 rebounds. Embiid did his fucking thing. He averaging 36 points a game, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. He doing this thing, man.
All-star numbers.
He turned up. Basketball been just good all week. I mean, all week.
Yeah, the
It's
young
been good
boy,
games.
Carl Anthony Towns had 62 last night for the Timberwolves, too. Major shout out to all the young players doing their thing.
Right, definitely doing their thing, man. Putting up numbers, man. Making the sport fun again.
And I also think that the Eagles season ended while we've been off, but major shout out to the Eagles, man. Tighten up next season. Get y'all coaching in order, players in order.
Listen, y'all Eagles fans.
Shout out to the Eagles, man.
Y'all salty. All that for nothing.
Well, you know that's sports, man. That's sports, man.
I'm gonna lay off.
New England right with us, right? We watching this joint together, right?
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
We already
exactly,
know, man. You know,
whatever
we
go through, we
got
gotta make sure your teams go through.
We got a new head coach. Things is gonna turn around.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to him. Also, man, shout out Kobe Bryant because this was the 18th year anniversary of him dropping like 80 points. Yeah. So Embiid did that on that anniversary. So that's a big thing.
It's not an easy thing to do. It sounds really easy, you know, but it's not, man. You know.
Facts. I think y'all might go far. Sixers definitely might do their thing and go to where they need to go. Embiid is looking crazy. The whole team is looking good.
Maxey look crazy. Maxey, keep doing your thing, man. Keep improving. Keep working on your game. You're doing real good at your age, man, and where you at in the league, man. Keep doing your thing. Tyrese Maxey, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So what's up, man? You got any what's the hot topics, man?
Well, in a little entertainment news, man, you know, since we've been off, man, Yo Gotti lost his brother, man. Another brother got
Big
killed.
Jook.
You know, a lot of senseless beef, man, and you know, we just gotta do better as a community. It's like, do we make it out? Do we get rich, not come to the hood? We don't really know our lane yet, man, and we gotta figure that out as a people. You know what I'm saying?
I think when you touching a certain amount of money, it's definitely time to move out. Because unfortunately, we have this crab in a barrel mentality. And, you know, sometimes some people don't want to see you win. Some people hate on you.
But do you get a business in your community, man? Some of these guys moved out and they come back to do business. They got nice cars, nice mansions. They come back to the hood for whatever reason. It might be to give back, kick it with the guys.
I mean, you definitely do what you can for your community, but that don't mean you hang out around this motherfucker either. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, history has proven
that's
over
just
and over
where
and
they
over
from, man. Like, they love it. You know what I mean? You get all the money in the world, move out to where it's quiet. Some people just love coming back to wherever they from.
Once we start touching some money, you best believe I'm getting the fuck up out of here. See ya.
But see,
I won't be back. Will I do stuff for the community? Hell yeah.
It's so much I want to do for the community, man, for the youngins, man. I ain't gonna, for sure. I'm gonna say I'm gonna probably always be accessible to where, you know, I'm reachable, man. Like, I don't see me being out of reach, man. Not saying I'm gonna be sitting in the hood, I'm gonna be on the block, but I do want the young people to know that I'm accessible, man. I could never disappear from where I'm from, man. You know what I mean? It's just.
But see, that's not the problem. The problem is, motherfuckers is chilling in their hoods.
No, I don't chill now, and I ain't get the paper.
Then you ain't got no, you know, your worries might be a little different at that point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But even still, it's not good to chill. It's not good to hang out. You pop through, say what's up. I mean, have your security with you if you touching that kind of money.
Well, major shout out to Yo Gotti, man. You know, out Memphis, they done lost Young Dolph. We losing some real good dudes, man. Like, and I think if some of these guys can all sit at the table and talk, some of this stuff can be prevented, man. You know, you talking about businessmen, brothers that's getting a lot of paper out here, man. We need to start sitting down, squashing some of that beef, man. I don't know who can mediate it, but at some point we got to be an example to what we tell the youngins. If we beefing and we OGs, we can't tell these young brothers to stop the violence, man.
Right.
That's just my standpoint on that. You know
it's a little different too, man. A lot of OGs ain't OGs. You feel what I'm saying? I was just talking to my son about this. You know, you got some cats that tell them like, man, listen, this ain't for you. I mean, I've been there, done that, share their experience or whatever the case may be. And then you got some that's still living the life and still trying to keep up with it and just got them doing dumb shit. I mean, got them handling their business or whatever the case may be. But we got to get better. Like you said, we got to get better being old heads. We got to be real OGs. We got to really sit down and have a conversation with them. We got to tell them the game. And, you know, you need the ones that was really in the streets, and then you need the ones that wasn't in the streets. You know what I mean?
But the problem is these youngins listening to either one. Like, somebody can give you game, but if you don't really hear it, if it fly over your head, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, that's still like the saying. You know, I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink.
Yeah, we gotta have listeners and thinkers, man, and students, man. We don't know everything. I'm still learning. Keep learning, man. Learn from somebody.
You should. As long as you living, you should always be learning something new, learning from people. People should be learning from you. That's just how that go.
That's the truth.
If you ain't learning, that means you standing still. If you standing still, that means you dying slow. You feel me?
Also in entertainment news, they convicted the guys of FBG duck murder on the O Block joint.
Oh yeah, I definitely seen that. That's another thing I was talking to my son about. I was telling him, like, listen, they had already had that in play because we was talking about social media and these young boys, you know, posting what they doing and shit like that. Like they had the young boys who ran down on their ops and shot up the block, but then they shot a music video on IG on their ops block. So we was talking about that, and then we got to the John where, you know, all them young men got caught for the FB, you know, the duck John. And I was telling my son, like, yo, the cops look at social media. They got fucking geeks sitting in offices watching social media all day, every day.
But just think about the plan of that whole thing, man, for so many families to be affected, man. There's no telling how many kids those guys got. The parents of the deceased. A lot of people be affected by this gun violence, man, or one silly action. It couldn't have been that major, man. Like,
Never that major, but the problem is you got a lot of crash dummies out here, as I always say, who's looking for shit to crash into, and then you get a couple guys with some money where they can start, putting out the hits. That's what happens. But like I was telling my son, this was bound to happen. Had King Von still been around, they'd have got him too. This was all in play for years, just waiting to get brought out. But it's definitely crazy. Rest in peace to Duck, and
But as a community, it's time for us to get smarter. Like, the war is over. Like, all that crime and killing over this block and that block, they done gentrified most of these cities, man. So all the major cities, they moving us out the hood, man. So we don't have ownership to what we fighting over, what we really fighting for. You know what I'm saying? We got to wake up, man.
Just destroying our own neighborhoods and killing our own people at the end of the day.
And for the young boys and young sisters, our time, we don't have no time to waste, man. Let's get to work, man. If you get educated, get you a trade. Go to school. Listen to somebody, man. The streets ain't the way. You know what I mean? So this ties into our bigger topic for the night. You know what I mean? Our topic for the night is, did hip-hop affect our culture in a negative or positive way? I want to know from everybody on the live, everybody tapping in, how they feel. I'm going to get Ant's opinion. I'm going to give my opinion. The hip-hop as a whole, we talking about the 50th reunion of hip-hop as a whole. How did it affect our culture? What you think, Ant?
I definitely think it influenced the culture in a negative way. Some of it, all the drill music and things like that. I think it definitely influenced the culture in a bad way. I was watching something with Dr. Umar, and he was talking about, what we talking about, and saying how, all these rappers and things like that, they don't put nothing into the, the community. They don't build schools and hospitals and things like that. What are they adding to, the community? So, and listening to him, he had a lot of good points. Now, of course, I don't agree with everything Dr. Morris says because, I have my own opinions about him, but I definitely don't agree with everything the brother says. But I did agree with some of the points he was making. He was wrong about a couple things. But, I think that it varies. I do think that I see how one could see that it was, harmful for the community at some point. You know what I mean? But overall, I think it depends on the listener. The people who's listening to the music. Because like I said, that drill music, I do feel like that shit causes the young boys to go crazy. Like, they get upset and they listen to that shit, and you already angry listening to angry music. Then you go out and run these drills. So, yeah, I think it definitely affected.
Well, for me, in a lot of ways, I disagree with Dr. Umar's thinking on that. I think it has been a very positive thing. There's some negative things and parts you can take from it. The drill music is just one part of hip-hop. Hip-hop has a lot of different parts and pieces and moving pieces. So just to pick out drill music, which is newer, probably the last 5 to 7 years of hip-hop, for me, I think hip-hop has opened a lot of doors for a lot of people. It has helped a lot of people express themselves in a way they maybe never had a chance to, or maybe never would get a chance to. So for me, I look at it different. And also, I'm looking at it from a artist standpoint. Like, when I used to spit, I have some stuff that's not all positive about that I rap. So, you know what I mean? So I know it's something that comes from the heart. You know what I mean? So everybody's opinion might be different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Like I said, I think sometimes it could be a harm, but it's also a benefit. Definitely got a lot of people up out the hood. I mean, but it definitely influenced a lot of things too. But Uptown Center, what he's saying, it's tough to build hospitals and schools, and that has nothing to do with hip hop. Yes, building hospital schools do not have anything to do with hip hop. I think what he was saying more so was, what are you doing for the community? No one else does anything for our community. So people that's getting a little money and touching some money and that has a big influence and platforms or whatever to not
that's
put back
an
into
easy
the community.
Critique. That's an easy critique from the outside
that's
looking
what he was
in.
saying.
That's an easy critique from the outside looking in. Sometimes when a person is not a mover, when you're not putting in on a hospital or a school, you're not opening up none of these places you're talking, it's hard to just critique some people and say, oh, y'all didn't do that when y'all made it. Y'all didn't open up this. Y'all didn't open up this door. You have to be part of the movement, man. And, I think Dr. Umar...
I think that's people's problem with Dr. Umar.
He's been opening the school for over 10 years, if I'm correct.
It has been that long. I was talking to somebody about that, too. They said the same shit.
Come on.
And that's
see,
facts.
the crazy part, he's an intelligent guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, some of the shit he be talking about be good shit. But that's what everybody, man. You got to take all this shit with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? You listen to some of the shit. Some shit you can take from it. Some shit you can't.
But when you get into the origin of hip hop was fun, man. Like, when you get into the LL, Big Daddy Kane's, Run, Dougie Fresh, MC Light, Queen Latifah, the people who built the foundation of hip hop. I'm talking about people who was making hits. Some of these songs they playing in the club to the day. That's a hit when you play it 15, 20 years later. So some of these people built the foundation and it wasn't off. And guess what's crazy? What was you thinking when you heard the song Fuck the Police?
I was a young boy. Of course, I'm like, fuck the police. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying
that energy you felt was hard.
It always been that is my point. You see what I'm saying?
It has. But that's like the more I forget who was saying.
That's a track that you can look at negative or positive. Them men was, acting out their frustration from being from a certain place where they were harassed a lot by the police.
The environment. Yeah.
That's how they came up with that track. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, gangster rap been around way before.
2 Live Crew. So. All that, man. They was saying Luke was crazy back in the day.
Uncle Luke was crazy. Uncle Luke was crazy.
But how many people danced to Doo-Doo Brown? Huh?
Every fucking body.
You understand me?
Everybody.
Did he make hits?
That was a fucking hit.
How many motherfuckers danced to It's Your Birthday? He made hits, man.
I mean, he had the Freaknik parties running.
He made hits. He's still probably performing this shit to the day.
I just think a lot of people's problem is with the younger crowd and the new hip hop, because I think that you kind of gotta call it something different now. Like I don't really even
it's
think
still
you
the
can
same
classify
expression. The sound changed
as hip hop.
The
I mean,
sound
the sound
just
definitely
changed.
It changed dramatically. Some of these cats' favorite artists wear fingernail polish and got their hair in colors. So,
but to each his own. Some guys want to bang guys with their fingernails painted and they wear dresses sometimes. Some guys like that.
I ain't even gonna get into that. Cause
some guys wear men purses. I mean,
when we get famous, this joint to spin the block on me. So I ain't gonna say too much. But
would you wear man purse?
Well, no, fuck no. The fuck you talking about? Fucking wearing no pocketbook, nigga. That shit,
but you carrying 40, 50,000, man. They don't want to keep stuffing all this in your pocket. You gonna get the man purse or
it's called a fucking bank account. Fuck you talking about, dog?
No, you spending this today. The private jet costs 25. They don't want it. They don't want all this bank account.
Nigga, is you wearing a purse?
No.
You putting your purse on?
No,
painting your fingernails?
No, I put 20 apiece in each pocket, man. I can figure it out.
You know what I mean? Fuck all that. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna get into that. But I do see where Dr. Umar and some people feel the way they feel about certain shit. with hip hop, especially with the motherfuckers like Lil Nas X and shit like that, and just the certain things that
that's
we
the
are
world,
exposing.
Though.
To
that's
our
not hip hop.
But we always
that's
been
the
exposing
world.
that. Yeah, that's the world.
That's entertainment.
I mean, and
that's
we always expose. I mean, it's always been sex, drugs, money.
They got commercials with the same sex kissing and all that. Times has changed, my brother. We can't. It's not a hip hop thing. This is the world. This is what we living in. You know what I mean? So,
and then he's singing out hip hop because a lot of other genres, a lot of other cultures, they put back in the community, and I think that's the point he was getting at. That we don't have enough.
Who else put into their community that wasn't hip hop? Like who? Rock and roll guys? Who put into their community? Name me one.
Country.
What the country got? See,
I don't know because I'm not in that community. What I'm saying to you is, I see.
Well, why did you make that assumption?
He feels what it is because
no, you just made the assumption.
It's not an assumption. It's just
that country artists put money into their community.
I'm about to break it down to you since you want to be a smart ass.
I don't believe that.
Dig this. It's just like, for instance, right? Other cultures don't go through some of the shit we go through. Other cultures don't fuck up the community. No. Don't fuck up the community like we fuck up our community. You feel what I'm saying? And with that being said, it's the same thing. We don't put enough into our community. We so busy trying to ride around in the nicest car and have the nicest jewelry. What are we doing for the communities that we leaving and coming out of?
But see, that's the problem. They want us to not believe. They want us to believe nobody is doing nothing in the community. While we never speak about all the black minorities that's doing a whole lot in the community on
but that's
all
not
levels.
The conversation. That's not what the conversation was about when he said it. The conversation was he felt like hip hop was more of a harm to the community than a help.
But that's an outside. That's an outside critique.
We have people that's doing what they think and putting back in the community as they should, and we all should be doing that. And it's going to take all of us to make those kind of changes. You feel what I'm saying? But I think he was just specifically talking about hip hop.
But you made the assumption that country artists put into their community. How can we make that assumption?
I didn't make the assumption of anything. I said that that's what he feels and other people feel like him. But I mean, even if that's an assumption, right? Even if, right?
Why would we believe
it? It's could be true. And I'm not gonna say it because, like I said, I'm not in those other communities. But what I do know is what we don't do. In our community, we not out here doing big things. The motherfuckers leave the hood. You just want to come back to stunt.
But that might be a small group of people. We can't put that on all our people.
He's talking about hip hop, bro.
That's what I'm saying. We can't put that on all hip hop artists. You got some hip hop artists that don't play like that.
As a whole, he talking about as a whole. It's just like you never can say everybody does something because that's not true. But you can't say majority. You can't say that shit. You can't say shit. You can't say every woman or every man is the same. But we know what men, you can categorize what a man is and categorize.
I really would not like.
No two people are alike.
I wouldn't want to quote what that guy is saying. It's not reputable. He made his opinion.
Wasn't quote. I think it. Just was saying with the.
I think it was an outside critique of somebody that's not in the battlefield.
And Meek is definitely leading a whole jail reform for sure. But again.
Why would we? I'm glad you said that, Uptown Cinema, because that's something that we won't speak on. We just point out the parts that don't make sense. Dr. Umar would never speak on that point. You see what I'm saying? It's easy to sit back and critique. All these guys doing this. They wearing big chains. They doing this.
Of course.
They hurting. They killing. People listen. No, man.
Everybody critique.
We get
critiqued. So it is what it is.
But it's more to it than that.
Are going to always critique. But my thing is with people, right, when you're having these type of conversations, I feel like people don't stick with the conversation. You want to talk about everything else but the actual conversation. The conversation.
So that bozo said that we didn't build no hospitals and schools. He sound like a bozo.
No. Don't quote me, because I ain't gonna say. Don't quote me. I'm just paraphrasing.
That's all I'm saying.
Some of the shit he was saying. You gotta go listen. Everybody, go watch it for yourself on YouTube, because I'm paraphrasing.
You're gonna make me upset. I try to be nice to Dr. Umar's opinion,
but we all know.
But I would
Umar
not quote that young man. And some things he says, it just sounds like outside critique.
Of course, that's just like, everybody got that joint. That's just like the Kevin Samuels and shit like that. Some of these motherfuckers be talking out their ass, and then some of them be, you could take a little bit, bits and pieces from a little bit of everything.
Well, some of that stuff is clickball. Some people like views.
It is.
Some people know they could be controversial and say something that's kind of all I'm saying, I think it affected a lot of people in a positive way.
I mean,
I think if it is some young guys out there that's listening to this music and going out here to hurt somebody or carjack somebody, man, may God be with y'all, man. Can y'all don't take the music to heart. Half of these artists probably never done what they saying. They don't live this stuff.
Half these motherfuckers, all the drugs they rap about. I was watching something with Future. He said, I don't take nearly as much drugs as I rap about. But you got some motherfuckers that listen to the lyrics.
He wouldn't be able to walk.
Exactly.
You can't perform 200 nights a fucking year.
But that's my thing. But then you got some people that's simple-minded, right? And believe everything they hear, and then they go do drawling shit. You know what I mean? And yes, you are right, Uptown Cinema, Gilly and Wallow, yes, they are doing some things for the community.
Major. Shout out to Gilly and Wallow.
Shout out to them, man. But again,
major stuff for the city.
That wasn't the conversation.
For the community. No, the point is that he's making a good point.
There's a lot of good people that's doing shit.
We don't point that out. And that goes back to us strengthening ourselves as black men, getting more confidence. We do got to start pointing out the better things in our community. It's easy to look at our music, our women, our brothers, and critique us. It's easy and put us into one circle. But no, the world is bigger than that.
I mean, like it doesn't help to just critique.
You got intelligent men, man. You got intelligent women that been in hip hop, man, like real historians, man. Like Big and Pac was intelligent dudes, man. Biggie mom was a teacher, a professor, or something crazy. Like these dudes came from books and learning and wrote. Like that's why their wordplay was so heavy. Nas, man, these dudes is intelligent artists. They artistry. Yeah, they gave us more than just street kill rap. Everybody I'm naming is artists, man. You know what I'm saying?
So that goes to the same type of debate. But you see the joint with Most Definitely. He was talking about Drake and how he don't feel like Drake is a rapper. You see that?
See, I disagree with that, man. Drake is a rapper, but he might not be everybody's flavor.
I think that
he's proven his wordplay. That's bottom line. Drake has proven his wordplay.
I'm not a Drake fan, man.
I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
Not new Drake. Old Drake, old Drake was hot. New Drake is lazy. He getting too much money now.
And that might be true. But artistry for me, if you can come back and make a hit, you can come back year after year, you can make hits with different artists. You go down as one of the greats, man. Everybody can't get in here, man.
I still agree with Most Def. But then again, I'm biased because I love old school hip hop. I love, the early 2000s and 90s and 80s hip hop. I don't like none of this new shit now. And I guess that's where the bias point come in. Like I said, these rappers now, I just can't get with some of the shit they be talking about.
Male or female respectable rappers. That's respectable. See, I just try to always study.
Listen, I never
Uptown Cinema said lazy.
Yeah, the nigga is lazy. You heard me. I said it. Drake is lazy now. He putting out garbage. That shit make me want to go sleep or kill myself. Or both. Go to sleep, then wake up to kill myself. Shit. And then take the long dirt nap. You feel me?
Don't do that, my brother.
Nah, fuck that. Because me and Uptown Cinema, me and Riz, we had this conversation about fucking Drake, and he upset me a little bit. I'm like, man, fuck out of here. It's cool. He want to talk about my favorite artist. I said, well, your favorite artist like to paint his fingernails and put ballies in his hair like a bitch.
But that's the great thing about music.
We talking about, the craft. And I feel like Drake is lazy now. He touched so much money.
That's the great thing about music. Everybody can have their own flavor.
And that's why I respected Andre 3000 for not trying to put out an album, because he knew that wasn't where his heart was, and he put out a fucking flute album. People was upset about
but
it.
It might go
that
bloop,
flute
bloop,
album, that joint sold. It definitely sold.
It might go.
That shit was good meditation music. I smoke my L and listen to that. I'll be chilling.
But sometime as an artist, you can make it to a point where you free, and you can make an album like that where you don't owe nobody nothing. You ain't worried about how much it sell. What people
just
think.
doing it because you love the art. You love the art.
They said Andre 3000 was downtown, man, playing the fucking flute. My man seen him, man. Like, he different. He down there playing in front of the gallery and all that. He different.
Thank you. Drake not hungry no more. Thank you.
That's normal. After 8 or 10 seasons, the average motherfucker ain't hungry no more. He been eating for motherfucking a decade. He not
hungry no more, so that shit is shit he be talking about. I be like, the fuck is boy talking about? The shit all sound the same.
He say he taking some time off.
It makes it, his music, do his music not make you tired? Do you not get tired or think about contemplating suicide when you listen to fucking Drake? I can't listen to none of Young Boys. Fucking, what's his name? XXX Extension. What's his name? I can't listen to his shit at all. Like, I immediately get depressed.
Well, you can't listen. You can't go from not listening to no new artist to going that deep into. You just travel past like 8,000 artists. You deep.
I'm just saying, man, this shit is garbage.
You're listening to what the baby's listening to now.
I mean? Just like motherfuckers used to praise Ye, right? Everybody know Ye hot, but his music started to get, the shit wasn't. I wasn't fazed by them. I like old Kanye. I like Through the Wire Kanye.
People sometimes don't understand when your music change and your growth change in music. 1, 2, 3, 4 albums in, man, your sound change sometimes, man. It's hard to keep everybody happy. You know what I mean?
Because, circumstances change, and then you can't, you start rapping, but motherfuckers still be lying. They know they shit changed. They still got to rap about the same shit. But that's why you got the people like Jay-Z. He don't rap about the same shit. He rap about that money talk because he getting money now.
That's the same shit, though.
No, it ain't, because it was before, early in his career, it was drugs, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? You watched him elevate. The more he changed, the more he grew. His music grew. He don't talk about none of that shit no more. Do he still get spicy sometimes and talk that shit? Yeah.
That, you see, you really saying that too because he sold everybody his story.
You don't listen to Drake, your opinion means nothing. I don't listen to Drake because I get fucking sleepy. That's why I don't listen to Drake. Fuck you talking? I don't
it sounds like we got a real Drake fan on here.
Yeah, that's definitely a Drake fan. Listen, you right. You don't need to listen to me. My opinion don't matter because we are not the same. Your favorite rapper paints his fingernails and put ballies in his fucking head. Mine's don't. So you are right. So my opinion, your opinion doesn't matter. You heard me?
So what you saying if a man paints his fingernails, he's a little flaky? Is you saying? I mean, I'm trying to hear what you're saying.
Again, I ain't going that route because one day when we get up there, I don't need them coming back to this fucking video and trying to cancel me before we get started. So I'm gonna keep that to myself. But I'm gonna switch.
He said, "Please stop."
Yo, we can go all day. Riz, we done did this earlier today. We can continue to do it.
No, Riz, what did you say, man? Give your educated opinion,
this
man.
The same motherfucker
hold up. What artists are you listening to, man? Past Drake, man. Tell us something about music, man. Like, what's
Drake,
the 3-4 people you listening to right now, man? Pop that up on the screen,
Drake,
man.
Uzi.
I want to know what you listening to, man.
Maybe Lil Nas X.
We gonna stop playing, man.
Fucking with you, Riz.
We gonna talk to some people about music that know about it. Riz know about music. Tell us the top 3-4 artists you listening to right now, bro.
First of all, just because a nigga got an opinion don't mean he know about music.
No, I want to hear. He might
get teaching, right? Here you go. We had a debate, right? I had posted something on Instagram. BG, you know BG back home and shit. He doing his rap thing. He put up a John. He was rapping on Lil Baby and Nardo beat, Hot Boy beat. I thought the fucking verse was nice. I fucked with it. This nigga Riz, he ain't like the shit. He like, y'all, that shit ass, that shit.
Well, y'all have two different opinions. You coming from an old school era, and he's saying in the new school era he don't like that.
But my thing is this, right? You can't tell me BG still hot now. Do he still sound like 2000 BG? Yeah, let that nigga catch up. He just got home. Let that nigga catch up. But the verse was fucking hot, bro.
It's something.
The verse was hot.
It's somebody that's going to like certain stuff certain people put out, man.
I know, it's all opinion, man.
BG might have a whole backing, a whole lot of people that been waiting to hear him, man. They come from New Orleans, man. He got whole squads.
No, we gotta invite him back on the show so we could talk some more shit.
He didn't tell me his top 3-4 artists though, man.
He done got quiet. He gonna say Drake.
No, cause sometimes like some people put me on and stuff, man. Like I'm the type. You might tell me go listen to so I go listen to it, man. I love music, man. Like,
oh yeah,
I've been into music.
So you a nigga that listen to Saucy Santana, huh?
No. Like, I'm not the type of person. I might have heard it once or twice, but I'm not the type of person that won't get these young fellas to spin. And I might like a couple of them.
Yeah, I'll definitely give some of them a spin. Like, for instance, I like the young boy Nardo. I think I like him. I like listening to him sometimes. You know, Dirk, a couple of them young boys, man. I fuck with them, just not all of them. I even like some of Uzi shit. Some, not all, but some.
Man, Core dropped something hot, man. I like real dudes, man, real artists, man. Like Core is still spitting, man. Like he's still spitting that fire. He got an album coming out any day right now. I love to have him up here, man. I already reached out to him. But, you know, like, I love rappers, man. So, ain't much nobody could tell me, man. And I spend all the young folks, man. Like, from Gangsta to Party to what's in the club right now. Music is fast, though. Music is at a faster pace. What's a hit today, it'll be out tomorrow. Album dropped today, we ain't listening to it next month. That's just where music at. It ain't like back in the day where you went to the record stores, you play this shit for 6 months, year.
Right.
Stuff
it evolves
faster,
every day.
You know what I mean?
More of a fast pace. You get more projects out. But like me and Riz was talking earlier, and we was talking about he was saying that we was talking about Big and how Big is like this. You know, he only had 2 albums, but them 2 albums did more of an impact than a lot of motherfuckers.
Fucking what you on here talking about? Ask you about them BG bars, man. He on all screens fucking with you. He ain't like the BG joint. But
he ain't like that joint.
That's why I say music is at a funny pace, because some people would say Rick Ross ain't hot. And I think Rick Ross still hot. You know what I mean? Some people would say Meek and Ross album was corny. I liked it.
I felt like Meek and Ross album was more of a mixtape.
But see, then you gotta ask yourself, what's the difference? People make albums and the mixtapes.
It just didn't sound like album quality. Don't get me wrong, I like that drum, but it just reminded me of a mixtape. I felt like I was listening to a mixtape and not an album. Seemed like it was rushed to me. But I got a 50-50 drum. Some people say, yeah, that drum's hot. Some people say he hot, but his time passed. So it's 50-50, you know. But all that shit is opinion.
Did Kyle say, Reza say you saying something about Biggie?
Yeah, I was saying how Big only had 2 albums, right? And his 2 albums impact hip-hop like crazy.
Oh, I thought just you was coming at Big, man.
No, he was coming at Big. Ask the man what he said about Big, man.
if Kyle said anything about Biggie, man, we gotta talk.
He was talking heavy. He was he was talking heavy.
I'm gonna go deep into his hip hop bag if he say anything about Big, man.
He ain't got nothing else to say. He done got quiet now.
No, he talking this
stuff.
Nah,
he need to be talking on the screen. That's what he need to be talking.
No, he's scared to be quoted. You know what I mean? He's scared to be quoted, man.
You know what I'm saying? He got his Google out right now.
But yeah, man, Filoosh Talk, man. We just been chilling, man. Like I say, we took a little week off, man. Little reset time, man. And we focusing on, the next episodes. Bringing y'all some crazy hot flavor, man. I know we've been saying this, but we've been working, man, behind the scenes, man.
I know. Seem like, we've been a little dry, man. We've been a little dry, but a lot's been going on. It's the beginning of the year. Y'all gonna watch the turnaround. Real quick though, I just want to say a big fuck you to PPA. All right. And I got a question for you motherfuckers that work at PPA. It's a real question. Do you hate your fucking self? You must hate your fucking self. I mean, do you enjoy what the fuck you're doing? All right, I'm talking about from the tow truck drivers to the motherfuckers behind the fucking glass to the motherfuckers down at Filbert Street. Man,
sound like you had a bad interaction, bro.
Listen. PPA put me through the ringer. You know what I mean? Took our car and shit illegally. Had all these different fucking times from the picture that we saw. It just was a mess, man. It was a mess. And I feel like the shit was just a money grab. That's what the city do. Fucking money grab. So if you listening, anybody that's listening, you work for PPA, fuck you, respectfully.
He said they filtering his comments on YouTube, man. That was RZA said. My man said, fuck PPA, man. I see he had a bad experience. I understand, man. They had you like that sometimes going to the lot to pick your joint up.
I feel like Pac when he played Hit 'Em Up for Big. That's how I feel about fucking PPA, man.
I remember back in the day, I picked my wheel up from PPA and broke down a block later. I would have killed every fucking body. They talking about this water in my gas tank. Yeah, for real?
How'd it get there, PPA? Hey, look, that shit be they just be on some money grab shit, and on top of that, they be hoping niggas ain't got no money to get their fucking car back. They be hoping niggas ain't got the money. Yeah. So they can sell your shit and capitalize. Hey, man, fuck you, PPA. I'm mad.
He gonna calm down, man. He had a rough little week. PPA roughed him up. Do the chains put me and locks on the wheels and all that.
And then to the young lady that was behind the glass. I don't know her name. I'm gonna just call her young lady. Ma'am, you take your job too fucking serious, okay? You don't have to look at every little fucking thing. All right? Put us through the ringer, all right? I did not appreciate it. And since I got a platform, I figure I'd say some shit about it. So again, one last time, fuck PPA.
I try to calm him down to all the PPA workers out there. He wouldn't calm down, you know what I mean? But next week, we working on something spicy, man. We going back in, man. I'm back to the drawing board. We're going to have some fun next week, man. Make sure everybody tune in, man. For real, on all the lives and everything, we back. Like I said, we had a week off. God bless us to be back, man. And let's go in, man. You know, who y'all got in the Super Bowl, man, before we leave this motherfucker, man?
I think the Niners is going to take it.
The Niners?
That's what I think. I got a gut feeling.
I'm going to go on the lamb and say Baltimore Ravens, man. Leave it there. You know what I'm saying?
I was in the barbershop and a couple people saying they feel like the Lions is going to go and make it.
Well, it's up in the air this year, man. Don't forget about the Chiefs. It's up in the air, man. Everybody playing. You know, this one it tighten up, man. The last couple teams, AFC, NFC championship coming up. Lock in, man. You know what I mean? Bet some money if you bet. Don't listen to me, man.
Yeah, I can't fuck with the betting shit, man. I can't.
Bet a little something, man. Bet a little something, man.
I follow. Hey, listen. Anybody who be putting bets in and be winning, Listen, let me follow your bets, man. I'll break you off a couple dollars.
No, you gotta study that shit, man.
Bets. I don't want to do all that.
They ain't gonna feel like they won if they let you do that. Man.
We both can eat. And I'll give you a little something on the top. You know what I mean? For helping us out. For helping me out with that, man.
Well, shout out to everybody that tuned in. Another episode of Filoosh Talk. We back. See y'all next week. We're gonna have a lot of fun, man. Trust me.
Get with y'all, man. Filoosh Talk.
Get out of here, baby.
We still got 10 minutes. You know that, right?
Getting out of the life and setting the corporate world on its ear. What the fuck you gonna do except hustle?
Yeah, King James, come and hit these village streets hard.